So today, we're going to do a Seattle Mariners rebuild. It makes sense. James Paxton's back. They brought in Ken Giles. Those are two good pitchers. I don't know why I'm ET phone home minute right now, but those are two good pitchers to bring into a rotation or a pitching staff, I should say. On top of that, they've got a stacked farm system. Julio Rodriguez, Jared Kelenic, Taylor Trammell, Noel V. Marte. Like, they've got some good young players. This team could be nasty in a few years. James Paxton probably ain't going to be here, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, the team's looking good. So today we're doing a Seattle Mariners rebuild. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see another rebuild tomorrow, hit that like button. I want to see a crazy amount of likes on this video, and I'll definitely bring you a rebuild tomorrow. Of course, if you're new to the channel and enjoy the content, consider hitting that subscribe button below and get in the comment section. Tell me who you think is your sneaky pickup for the offseason. Who's that one player that you're like, that's actually a pretty good signing? It could be a trade as well, I guess I should say. All right, so we're in the offseason, no exclusive negotiations. 40-man, I've already added the two players. It was Logan Gilbert and Jake Shiner. And then arbitration, I'm thinking everybody right now. We have a little bit of money to play with, so I'm okay with bringing some of these guys back. On top of that, we're going to go to the contracts. I'm going to give everybody a contract. We all know Kyle Lewis is a goon, but there's a couple other players that I want to see how they develop throughout the next couple seasons. Looking at, not tender contracts, but looking at the lineup before we head into the offseason, you know, like Dylan Moore, I got to move him down in the lineup. He hit 32 home runs, but 234 is not good enough. Yeah, the OPS is kind of nice, but I think moving him down in the lineup, maybe moving him to second base might be the move. That way we can let Mitch play right field. You've got Kyle Lewis, Kyle Seager. I'm okay with those. Jose Marmolejos, maybe. JP Crawford, maybe. I'm going to give him one more year. We've got Evan White and Tom Murphy. So I definitely want to get a catcher. That's the big area that I'm trying to improve. And maybe a left fielder. It really just depends on how certain players develop. And by certain players, you know, we obviously have Julio Rodriguez. Jared Kelenic's another one. You know, we've got Dom T. Williams, who sometimes is like kind of glitchy in franchise. We've got Taylor Trammell as well. So we've got some really good young outfielders. Just really depends on how they develop. Looking at pitching, I need to boost this up. You can already see I've released a couple guys that I don't want on the team anymore. And looking at the bullpen, it's not great, but I definitely want to improve it. Ken Giles, I think, as our closer is really solid. You've got Marco Gonzalez, James Paxton, boom, perfect. Justice Sheffield, maybe. Yusei Kikuchi, maybe. Ian McKinney, no. So we need a starter. We don't really have anybody that's ready just yet. Maybe another season or two. But looking at this, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're probably just going to have to just make some trades to get some pitching at least. And then looking at other positions, I mean, this offseason's kind of bad. Who's this guy? He's getting signed. He's getting signed 100%. Outside of that, I don't really see anybody that I want to bring to the team. It looks like the CPU kind of kept everybody. These are our prospects that we drafted in the first year. You guys can see Ramon Caruso looks really solid. You got Edgar Nieto, looks pretty good as well. Eddie Avila looks pretty solid for a closer. So we got two good bullpen arms who could potentially feature. We've got Shinji Taguchi. Can't strike out a guy to save his life, but the rest of the stats look decent. And then Anthony Wilkins. I'm kind of excited to see how this guy develops, because if he doesn't develop quickly, we'll trade him. We'll probably get someone really good for him. So that's the team so far. I'll see you guys for the start of season one. Season one, we're going to start with a flurry of trades. I'm talking like a bunch of them. Shed Long Jr., Nick Margavicius, and Dariel Gomez for Corbin Burns. I want to get a really good starting pitcher in. So there's one. You guys can see I brought back a fan favorite. We're going to give him another shot with the squad. And now I'm kind of looking around the team, and I definitely want to upgrade some positions. I just don't know where, because I want to give some of the players a shot, but at the same time, I feel like we could definitely do a little bit better. So let me see what other things I can do, because I do have a couple trades in mind. I just want to see if it's worth doing now. All right, so I was torn between two players here, and it was Dalton Varsho, or the other one was a right fielder, and it was Mike Yastrzemski. And I thought, you know what, Mike Yastrzemski kind of fits a position that we could use left field. Also kind of older, so it gives us maybe a year or two to let the young guys develop, and then we could throw them into the team. Or we could go for a guy I don't think I've ever traded for in Dalton Varsho. Kind of young, on the cusp of being like a decent hitter. And I'm like, are we trying to win now, or are we trying to let players develop a little bit and get better? So I was like, ooh, Dalton Varsho. And if he doesn't work, we could always trade him for Yastrzemski down the line. And like, I'm trying to trade like players that I don't think are going to be part of the team in the future. So I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go for Dalton Varsho. I'm going to trade Jose Marmolejos, Jake Fraley, and Justin Dunn. I just don't think Justin Dunn has it. I think he's always going to be a back of the rotation guy. I could be wrong, but I just think that's just going to be the situation. Same thing with Justice Sheffield. I think he's going to be like a 4 or 5 in the rotation, maybe a reliever down the line. But I think that move gives us a left fielder. I didn't really want to get a lefty bat, but it'll work. It'll work. So this is currently the team. I think we have one too many players in the team. Oh, we actually have 26 exactly. Perfect. Okay, let me break it down for you. Let me show you what we did this offseason. So obviously these two trades, we brought in Nieto from the draft and a couple other decent players. Like, I'm actually excited for a couple of those guys that we drafted. But looking at the free agency list, we got Tony Watson, brought him in on a 1-year deal. Someone's been bugging me in the comment section, like going ham, telling me pick up Tony Watson. Here, this is for you. I do read the comments, guys. I do read the comments. So we're going to pick up Tony Watson, see how he does. I brought him back. I brought back King Felix. He may not do well. I don't expect him to do well. But you know what? I thought for a year, let's just do it. This year's kind of a test year anyways. So I don't really expect too much of like just, you know, the team going crazy and doing crazy things. So Alex Dickerson, though, I thought this was a good pickup for us. I know we got him in a rebuild a few videos ago, but a good lefty bat. I think he's going to be a good solid DH for us. Jed Jerko, I've seen him pop off. So like, I might have him be the DH versus lefties, see how he does. And then this guy. So I'm noticing with the Dodgers, because they're so over budget, that they're starting to cut some of the younger players in their roster. Will Smith, Tony Gonsolin being the two main ones that I'm seeing slip through their grasps. I decided to pick up Will Smith. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of him in franchise. I think he does pretty poor, but I thought let's give him a shot. We need a good catcher to kind of build with the team. Will Smith fits that bill for $4 million. Absolute steal. He has a lot of trade value. If he doesn't do well, we ship him. That's really what it comes down to. Boom, that's the team. Let me get to the regular season. This will be our lineup. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm thinking maybe... Ooh, I don't really want Dylan Moore leading it off, but I don't really know who else I could throw up there. Maybe Kyle Lewis, but like, he's one of our better hitters. So like, I'm trying to think of how I could change this up a little bit. Maybe like JP Crawford a little bit higher. You know, maybe Mitch slots in somewhere. We kind of move things around. Maybe something kind of like this. Maybe Will Smith moves up a little bit. Maybe something like this versus righties versus lefties. Jed Jerko takes Alex Dickerson's spot, and that's the team. We've got a lot of good young players. Look at all those top prospects in the ranks. We've got Trammell down here as well, who I think I need to call up so he can hop into this lineup. I don't really know. There's so many good players we have. I'm actually liking this team. I think this is a good franchise team for sure. And then you guys can see the bullpen here with Gonzalez, Paxton, Felix Hernandez, Kikuchi. Corbin Burns definitely needs to move up. And we're going to rock like this. We do have a couple guys that I'm keeping my eye on. Chris Flexen, maybe as a long reliever. Logan Gilbert for a potential starter. Same thing with Kirby. We've got Munoz. We've got Caruso. We've got some good young players. I really like this team. This team's built for the future. So here we go. I'll see you guys at the end of season 1. Or if things are going poorly, I'll see you at the trade deadline. We'll make some trades. 92-70, we are a postseason team. We made it as a wild card spot, or made it in a wild card spot facing the Red Sox. So if we lose this wild card game, I'm not upset, because this is actually a really good season. The ERA is a little high. The average looks a little low. We're ranked 22nd. So for us to make the postseason, I'm really excited. Like, that's a good like foundation to build on, and I'm definitely liking this team. I definitely think we're going to be able to like pick up some really good players. No league leaders, but obviously I want to see the home runs. 56 and 45. Let's take a look at the awards. See if we were even like in the running for anything. 56 home runs for LeMahieu, 45 for Soto. Kershaw, Sale. Wait, was that James Paxton? Okay, alrighty. Verdugo won the batting title along with Seager. We've got Brandon Morrow, who's actually won it back-to-back with 2 different teams. Josh Taylor won it there. Jong Yang won it in the American League, and then Hunter Green on the National League. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see what we're working with. Justice Sheffield got absolutely rocked. Wow, okay. He might be a player I look to trade. It just might come down to that. Paul Sewald, Not great. Probably need to replace him. Roenis Elias, though, what a beast. What a beast. We got JT Chargois. Tony Watson. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can trust your word anymore. Keenan Middleton was great, and Ken Giles was solid as well. Let's see what our pitching staff is looking like. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Corbin Burns got roughed up a little bit. Maybe we need to train his control or something. I don't know. Kikuchi, though. Kikuchi. I've actually seen some of the analytics behind Kikuchi. He might have a breakout year this year. That's something that you might have to keep an eye on. He's something about him. I forgot what it was, but I've seen some stats behind it, some analytics, some like research behind it where like he actually hasn't been that bad. He's just been kind of unlucky, which is kind of wild to say that as a pitcher, but like if you just get unlucky, you get unlucky, right? It's kind of with everything, but apparently he's like kind of he could have a breakout season this year. Speaking of breakout seasons, Kyle Lewis, he had a good year this year. We got JP Crawford, who had a good year as well. I mean, we may not need a shortstop. Like Mitch Haniger is doing pretty good. We've got Kyle Seager, who was okay. He does become a free agent, so I might bring him back if I can get him for a little bit less. Alex Dickerson was good. Will Smith was okay. I'm gonna give him one more year. See how he does. One more year. Dylan Moore, good year. We just got to drop him in the lineup. And then Evan White. I know there's a lot of hype around him. I think the bat's the one thing that's like kind of iffy. We'll see how it goes. If he doesn't do well, he just might be one of those guys that has to be traded just so that we can improve the team. Dalton Varsho, though, he might be the move. So Jed Jerko wasn't too bad. And looking at our farm system, Noelvi Marte, the batch just lacking. Julio Rodriguez, I think the potential went down a little bit, yeah, but his hitting stats are looking pretty decent. Jared Kelenic, probably by season 3. Same thing with Trammell, but these 3 outfielders probably coming up. Just who is going to be the question. We've even got this guy that we signed, Johnny Pesky. I mean, he looks great. He looks so good. He could potentially be a left fielder for us too. You know, I'm pretty sure Varsho's got a plethora of. He's only got catcher as secondary, so we could put him behind the plate if Will Smith doesn't do well, and then let Pesky or Kelenic or Trammell, Julio Rodriguez all play left field. We end up losing the game in the postseason, but you know what? I like what we got going here. This is actually pretty good. The Yankees defeat the Cardinals. I don't know if you saw that. I did kind of go a little fast, but the Yankees defeat the Cardinals. Wow. Okay. What do we got here? How much does Seager want? 8 a year? I'll give him 1 more year. 8.5. What about James Paxton? Let's do a little 2-year club option with him. I'll even bump his salary up to 9. King Felix was kind of nasty, man. Keep him in the lower part of the rotation. We'll bump his salary up a little bit too. I like it. Jed Jerko was okay. I forgot how much I paid him for like a 1-year deal. $4 million. I'm going to hold off for now. Roenis Elias is a beast, but I'm going to let him walk. Same thing with Tony Watson. Those are going to be the 2 guys I let walk along with Jed Jerko. So I guess it's 3. And 40 man. Got to add Kirby. Larson maybe. Swanson maybe. Rizzo I will add because he's got that potential. Could be a good trade piece. Looking at arbitration, I think I'm going to let Chargois go. I think I'm going to let Graveman and Paul Sewald go as well. And looking at the contracts, everybody's getting a contract. I totally forgot about Edward Nieto. We got to get those contact numbers up. They're mid 50s. That's not good enough. He might be traded. I don't think he's going to improve quick enough. So let's take a look at this team. Offensively, I did have some questions, but I think we could be okay. I think that's not the area we need to focus on. I think it's the bullpen. I think that is the area we need to spend that cash. Maybe even trade Justice Sheffield if we need to. So let's see what we have available to us. I mean, we could have let Seager walk, maybe bring in someone like Chris Bryant, but let's see what we got here. What do we got? Closing pitchers, maybe bring in someone like a Brad Hand for a season or 2. We could go, I don't know, man. I don't want to get Daniel Norris again, even though he's been so good in rebuilds lately. But I'm definitely going to be looking out, maybe even scout a couple teams, see what kind of bullpen arms they have, see what we can bring to the squad. So we're just going to raid the NL Central. We're going to take Luis Castillo this time. We're going to trade Justice Sheffield, George Kirby, who is the oldest of like the pitching prospects that we have. We've got Hancock, Gilbert, Kirby, McCoggin, McCoughlin, I don't know. McKinney, we've got a bunch. Like we've got just a crazy amount, and I'm hoping. I'm actually not wanting to trade Rizzo there. I'm wondering if we can trade one of these guys and see if it works. I mean, yeah, we can do this one instead. So we'll do 3 starting pitchers for Luis Castillo. That's the move. There we go. I was trying to think, do I want to get rid of Rizzo? Maybe trade him in the future? Because I'm thinking we're going to rock something like this. Well, obviously, it's going to be more like this. I think this is a good looking starting rotation. The bullpen, you're probably looking at it going, ew, what is that? That looks terrible. I agree. It does. It looks terrible. It really does. It looks terrible. But Andres Munoz could be sneaky good for us. Like he might be a beast. He might be terrible. And if he's terrible, then we can replace him. Eric Swanson, again, I'm looking at those those attributes. I go, he could be sneaky good. The home runs per 9 kind of scare me. Not going to lie. Keenan Middleton was good for us last year. Chris Flexen, again, could be sneaky good. I'm going to give him a shot. Andrew Miller, brought him in on a 1-year deal, 3.5 mil. And then obviously Ken Giles is still here. So we will need to extend his contract. I almost said we will and we need to at the same time. I wasn't sure what I was going to say, so that's why I did that weird like looked like I had a tick or something. No, we're good. But this is what our bench is looking like. It's pretty similar to what it is last year, or what it was last year. We brought in Freddie Galvis, 4 mil. Outside of that, pretty standard team. Looking at this, same. It's the same. Nothing changed. Literally nothing changed. We're keeping the same lineup. It was actually pretty good last year. Will Smith is on his last leg. If he doesn't do well, I'm thinking of moving Varsho to catcher. And then we have plenty of options in the outfield. I mean, look at this. We've got Julio Rodriguez, Pesky, Kellenic. We've got Trammell. Like, those are all great options to have. I do have an extra player. Okay, Bishop, sorry, you're getting let's go Bishop. Bishop's getting sent down. Maybe we trade him. Could we like maybe try to get like a really good prospect and maybe kind of stash him just in case we need it? Is he going to be good? And if he isn't, do we have someone at third base that could be good for us? You know what I mean? You know what? You picking up what I'm putting down? So maybe we just kind of stash a couple players until they're ready. So I'm gonna send down Bishop. He's just gonna go to what, like AA, so he doesn't compete with Trammell, and we'll just rock like that. I mean, that's the squad. I mean, the team looks great. I know we're not ranked highly. I know I do have to offer. I know Ken Giles needs a contract, so I'm just gonna throw him a not a big contract, but a pretty decent contract. And then the rest I'm gonna think about, because I think the rest are players that we can either let go, we can trade them, we can probably worry about it at the end of the year. That's really what it comes down to. So let's see where we're ranked. 22nd, so we moved up 2 spots, but I mean, I like this team. I think we're building a really strong pitching rotation. The bullpen, I think, is not bad. I think it's one of those that's gonna be super glitchy, really good. And of course, the lineup was good last year, so I'm not gonna worry. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So at the deadline, Will Smith just isn't doing it. And rather than keeping him and hoping he turns it around, I mean, his stats don't look terrible. You would think he'd be able to turn things around, and like, I don't know, man. It's just, it's not there. It's just not there. He might. I'm even training like his vision and discipline, making sure his contact goes up too, but his contact's going down. Ooh, it's a tough one. I think Will Smith might be on my list of players not to get anymore. I'm gonna trade for Luis Campusano. Really similar hitting stats, but you can see in 46 games, he's putting up really good numbers. So might as well. I looked around the league at other catchers we could get. I think this is a player that I never had before, so as a new catcher. We do have Tom Murphy. I might trade Tom Murphy too. And I might trade him and Corbin Burns, because Corbin Burns is just becoming an absolute it's just not going well. Like, he's just one of those guys that I thought would do well. I think in real life is going to be a nasty, nasty, nasty pitcher. But he's just not doing it for me in rebuilds. So who could we get that budgetary concerns? Really, Yankees? You're going to cuck me like that? You're gonna hold me back so I can't get Davy Garcia? Come on. All right, who else could we get that we don't get a lot, that would kind of change things up, but also be, ooh, the Braves are nasty. Okay, who are we gonna go and get? Who's gonna take us to that next level? Joey Lucchesi? I mean, he's good, but he's not upper echelon type player. I mean, this is a lot of money to, I definitely would, but that's a lot of money to commit to a starting rotation. That it just is. Like, I think that would be a huge pickup for us, but I think it's too much. You know what I mean? Brandon Woodruff, that's not fair. So we shouldn't do that. But what about Jack Flaherty? What about Jack Flaherty? $8 million. It's about what we're trading away, and we could also just trade away some extra money that we're not using, like a Freddie Galvis. Ooh, they don't want Freddie Galvis. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I wouldn't either, but like, you know what I mean? Like, that's fair. What about Brian O'Keefe, and then we just let Ryan Scott be the backup? I mean, you know what? For Jack Flaherty, I'm rating the pitchers in the NL Central. And then what we can do is we can not, well, I mean, we got to do this too. But what we can do is this right here. We can just go, hey, Martin Maldonado, I know you need a job for the rest of the year. How about that? How about that? And then, yeah, that's the squad now. That's the squad. Talk about a little bit of a move there at the end of the trade deadline. I mean, that's talk about some business. We doing business, all right? So here we go. Let me throw Jack Flaherty in the mix. Yeah, I mean, that's a nasty starting rotation right there. And then the bullpen, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, but ooh-wee, it's looking nice. So there we go. After those moves, we're currently ranked 20th. I mean, people are they're hating on us. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. So we won the division 90-72. Talk about a season. We were worse than last year, but we won the division. That's all that matters. Team ERA, fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Average needs to be better. I think some players are underperforming, but looking around the league, the Braves, we saw that pitching staff. That's nasty. And the Padres and the Dodgers fighting it out. But okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's take a look really quickly at some offensive league leaders. See what we have going on. Doubles, Brian Hayes. I mean, okay. What else do we got here? Triples, Tyrone Taylor. Of course, when we... Okay, he's not doing great. Okay, Keston Hiura is doing well, and Luke Voit led the league in home runs. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So Luke Voit, MVP, fair. We've got Keston Hiura, just saw that. Denilson Lamet, Shane Bieber. I see Jack Flaherty's in the mix. Batting titles, Jake Bowers. Okay. Kirby Yates, along with Kenley Jansen. And Corey Ray and Kirilloff are the Rookie of the Year winners. Okay, so let's take a look here. Felix has fallen pretty far. Like, he really dropped in overall. And I gotta win a World Series this year because I think this is the last year I'm gonna keep him on the team. Andres Munoz. Ooh, look at this bullpen, man. Okay, Chris Flexen didn't do as well as I would have hoped, but everybody else is like kind of nasty. And we've got this guy that we drafted in season 1. I mean, he looks ready. So he's gonna fill in for Flexen, and we're good to go. You look at the starting rotation, we don't need to worry about anybody. Maybe James Paxton, maybe he's our new 5, and then Kikuchi moves into the 4 spot. I mean, we do have some players here, but I'm looking at their per 9s, and I still think they're like 1 or 2 seasons out. I think the closest one to being like MLB ready is maybe Emerson Hancock, and like I said, maybe another year, and we're set. And then Paxton can be replaced. Depending on how much Flaherty wants, or Luis Castillo, or players like that, you could just pay them or go to those young guys that you have in the farm system. And then in the talk about a farm system, I mean, look at these guys here. I don't think any of them cracked the lineup, but we'll see how things went. Ty France, not as good as he was last year. Almost identical numbers, too. Galvis was okay. Martin Maldonado was a backup. I ain't going to worry about that. But outside of that, pretty disappointing on the bench. Mitch, not a leadoff guy. We don't really have like a true leadoff guy. Maybe that's something we look into. Maybe Dylan Moore is that guy now. But yeah, we don't really have a true leadoff guy. JP Crawford, though, still put up really good numbers. He's kind of a sneaky pickup for shortstop. Kyle Lewis putting up 32 home runs. Kyle Seager did take another step back. I think this is the last year. So kind of between him and King Felix, we got to get a World Series this season. Dalton Varsho, I was hoping for a little bit better, not going to lie. Dylan Moore, though, 33 home runs. Ooh, and Evan White stepped it up. Luis Campusano had a decent season. I mean, we're looking good. We're looking good. We've got that pitching staff, too. So here we go. Game 1 or Series 1, we sweep them. Perfect. All right, James Paxton. You're a great pitcher. Don't think I hate you or anything, but like we gotta when Jack Flaherty is like our number quote unquote number 3, you know the staff is nasty. Marco Gonzalez gets us the win. Castillo, what's going on here? What's going on here, guys? What they just saved like their best pitching staff for the end of the series? What's going on? No, that's not fair. Marco Gonzalez, versus a bunch of righties. Let's go Luis Castillo because I know we face a bunch of righties in this lineup, so I want to, obviously play the matchups. Hopefully it pans out for us. Otherwise, we're gonna be in some trouble. Dylan Moore extends the lead to 2, and I have a good feeling about this game. Where it looks Aaron Judge going deep. That makes my feeling go from like good to like So let's see what's going on here. 1 run scores, 2 more runs score, and I think Luis Castillo's done. Let's go to Munoz. He gets us out of it, so we got to come back. I was feeling good about it. We had the bases loaded. Can't score. Come on, guys. We get out of that jam. And are we going to score any more? Anything at all? Let's go to Middleton. He loads the bases. Man, okay. Maybe flexing? Yeah, I think that's it, boys and girls. A 7 spot. Oof. Man, that's a tough way to lose it, huh? That just like completely deflates everything. Man. So the Dodgers defeat the Yankees, which okay, whatever. Like, but that was demoralizing. That was rough. So definitely need to improve the bullpen a little bit, but at the same time, what went wrong? So Seager, I am gonna let go. Paxton, I'm gonna take that option. Mitch, I'm gonna give 1 year, but I'm gonna make him a platoon guy just in case. And I'm gonna let Felix walk, sadly, and I think I'm gonna let everybody else walk because like Alex Dickerson's been phenomenal for us, like really good bench bat. But I want to be very, very good. And to do that, we're going to either have to spend a little bit of money or we're going to have to make some trades. So 40-man, I'm going to make sure we offer those guys the 40-man spot so we don't lose them. Can't lose them. Ty France has actually been an okay bench bat. How much does he want? Oh, super cheap. Everybody's getting arbitration. Don't need to worry about that. Contracts. Everybody's getting a contract. So I'm thinking new right fielder. As good as like Julio Rodriguez is, like I'm looking at his stats, they look decent. I don't think he's MLB ready. Same thing with Jared Kelenic. He looks great. It's just I don't think he's MLB ready. Taylor Trammell, same thing. This Johnny Petsky guy though, I think could be a great bat for us. That is our leadoff hitter. That is what I'm looking for in a leadoff hitter. So I think that we have our catcher, we have our left fielder, and where else? Maybe a third baseman, because even though he looks great, I think he'd be really, really good. Is he that really good quality that I'm looking for? I don't know. Evan White, kind of the same thing. I think everything else looks really good. I mean, I don't know. I think this is where I'm gonna have to think about it this offseason. Really, really think about it. Maybe see who's available in free agency. How was Aaron Judge this year? He was pretty good. And I know a lot of you guys are like, throw Rodriguez in, throw Kalanick in, and I want to. But like, I also want to win. You know what I mean? So I could give them the shot, see how it goes, and if it doesn't go well, then say, oh well. But we'll see. I'm gonna think about it. See what we could do. See who I can throw in there and still kind of do well with. And I'll see you guys for the final season. All right, I was planning on using Logan Gilbert this year, and I was gonna make him a long reliever because he pitched 10 innings last year and he actually did pretty well. And now I'm kind of thinking, can I get this trade done using anybody else? I don't want to use Emerson Hancock. I'm not going to use him, but I'm going to use Logan Gilbert. We can use somebody else as a long reliever. We're going to trade Ty France, Taylor Trammell, and Logan Gilbert for Brian Hayes, continuing the raid of the NL Central. And he's going to play third for us. With that being said, we do have Jared Kelenic in right. Yes, that is correct. He's going to play right for us with Kyle Lewis in center, Dalton Varsho in left. Second base is Dylan Moore. Evan White, I want him to be good. I really, really do. Is he good enough to be in the squad? I don't know. That's the one thing that I'm just like not 100% sure about. Because we do have other players that could potentially feature in the team that we have, you know, like we could have traded for a first baseman. There was a first baseman that I did have on my mind that we could go out and get. I am going to trade for a new bullpen arm, and just to get a really good one, I'm going to go Matt Strahm for Chris Flexen, and we still do need a long reliever. I guess I could have made Chris Flexen the long reliever now that I'm thinking about it. That might have actually suited him a little bit better, but do I give it to Emerson? I think his hits and walks per nine, this guy McKinney, is just a little too low. Do I give it to Taguchi? Do I give Taguchi a shot? Because besides his Ks per nine, his stats are kind of nasty. Emerson Hancock right around the corner of being MLB ready. You know what? I'm gonna give Taguchi a shot. This is crazy. He might be a beast. He might be absolutely terrible, but his per nines are kind of nice. I'm gonna give him a shot. I'm starting to regret the idea already. I really am. And now I kind of think this is a really dumb move. But I have faith. I definitely have faith in the team. I am going to give Strahm the setup role. Starting five, the exact same. Oh, man, Taguchi's going to let me down. I know it. I need to send down a couple players. Who am I going to send down? I got way too many players. So I wanted to call this guy up. His hits. Oh man, his hitting stats are just not good yet. So there's that. And then I'm gonna send down Usturis, and I'm also gonna send down Bishop. And there's the squad. I mean, the team looks great. I think this is a really good team. I think this is a team that's gonna win us games. We've got Mitch on the bench now. I know, kind of sad, but I at least want to get Kelenic in the lineup. You know what I mean? So we're going to go... Ooh, how do we do this then? Maybe... Oh, boy. How do we get... Oh, man. How does Kelenic get in the lineup now? Ooh. Well, maybe he doesn't start every day, because I think Pesky's hitting stats are just a little bit better. And I feel like that's... I probably should let Pesky is his name. Maybe something like that. Maybe we just let him be like the DH, because like we need a leadoff hitter, and that's what Pesky's given us, is a leadoff hitter. Looking at the team, we don't have a leadoff hitter at all, and yeah, that's really what it comes down to. I don't know about Evan White. If at the trade deadline he's just not having a good year, I'm gonna trade him. We'll find somebody else to slot into the lineup and go from there. That's the team. I know you guys really want like a long-term rebuild here. I'm saving those for MLB The Show 21. I don't want to go too crazy on the rebuilds, give you 10 years, 5 years, etc., because I want to save those for MLB The Show 21. I want to bring some new stuff to the channel. We're going to have a full-blown franchise series. I'm 100% committing to it. More series. There's going to be a bunch of other stuff. I've got a crazy list of ideas out there. My notebook is back there. I know I've mentioned that in videos before. I'm approaching like 100 plus ideas that aren't just like team rebuilds. So like, trust me, I've got videos stocked up. I've got plenty of content for you guys. I just need MLB The Show 21 to show up. So let's get through this rebuild. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let's see how season 3 plays out. All right, we won the division again, 98-64, taking on the Indians. Ooh, okay. We won the division by 6 games. ERA is great. I mean, we had the 4th best pitching in the league. Our power is not great. 26. We've got good defense for once, good speed, good contact. And I mean, the team average at 271 is solid. Any teams that look just insane? The Dodgers, but outside of that, okay, the Yankees. But okay, we got some league leaders. Johnny Pesky with 50 stolen bases. Jack Flaherty and Luis Castillo, lights out. All right. What about anything else? Anything else at all? Anything? Home runs, 49, 58 for Yordan. Jeez, okay. We got some awards. We've got a Gold Glove, a Cy Young, and a Delivery Man of the Year. That is what I like to see. Adam Duvall, he was the guy that I was going to sign so that we didn't have to sign a third baseman or trade for a third baseman. That was the guy I had my eye out on. He wanted $31 million, and I was not paying that for Adam Duvall, because with my luck, I would have signed him for that, and we would have gotten like 189 average with like 12 home runs. So I was passing on it. So there we go. That's what we got. I mean, ooh, 2 Rookie of the Year candidates. I'll take that for sure. JJ Bleday had himself a season. I know a lot of you guys have been talking about him in the comment section. I'll definitely try to pick him up in the future, or we'll just do a Marlins rebuild. Oh, did I just see Logan Gilbert? Okay, you know what? We sent him to the Pirates. He had a decent year. Oh well, we needed to win now, and maybe he would have been good. I don't know. Taguchi, wow, he was the move. Yeah, there it is. I was gonna tip my cap. I don't know. Managerial moves paid off. Taguchi is the man, the Gooch man. Eric Swanson, not so much. Keenan Middleton, not so much. Ramon Caruso, though, yes. Matt Strahm, Ken Giles. We know we're good. Down here, we got Eddie Avila, who we drafted, and obviously some of these guys would definitely be coming up. Jack Flaherty, lights out. Marco Gonzalez, great pickup for franchise. If you ever need a pitcher, Marco Gonzalez is definitely a guy to get. Luis Castillo, solid. Yusei Kikuchi was really good, and James Paxton got lit up. So we all know James Paxton wouldn't be coming back, and Emerson Hancock would definitely be in that starting rotation. So here we go, lineup-wise. Mitch, 24 at-bats. I mean, he crushed it. Wow. Limited sample size, but wow, he was good. Jake Shiner did pretty well. Dom T. Williams. I think it's Terrence Williams. I could be wrong, though. Johnny Pesky, 161 games. Had himself a pretty good year. Yeah, the power numbers aren't there, but 50 stolen bases. He gets on base. Those are good numbers. Why the potential going down? He's good. Switch hitter, too. I didn't notice that. JP Crawford. Wow, what a season. JP Crawford might be one of those sneaky shortstop pickups from now on. Kyle Lewis had a great year. Brian Hayes, man, we traded for you and you do that? Come on. Dalton Varsho took a step down as well. Jared Kelenic, though. Yeah, it's not the greatest of numbers, but it's a rookie year. I have faith in him. Dylan Moore put up solid numbers. Evan White, I was dogging him. The dude shut me up, put up a good season, and Luis Campusano was decent as well. I'm not complaining about that. I mean, when we've got crazy players down here that are going to be good, this guy see potential. What is this? Those are stupid numbers. But we got Julio Rodriguez, Nieto's getting to the point where he probably could be in the lineup for sure. Noelvi Marte's right around the corner. How do we get all these guys in the lineup, man? This team is stacked for the future for sure. And it is time. We're taking on the Indians. Come on, man. This is probably one of the best teams we've assembled in terms of a strong pitching staff and a really good offense. And we're going to get just absolutely destroyed in the postseason. We're up 4-0. That's great and all, but like, man, I don't know if I can handle a loss here. This would suck so much with how good this team is. We're up 5-1. So that's a good start. That's so far so good. 6-1. 7-1, even better. Love to see it. 7-4. Please don't do this to me. Please don't do this to me, MLB. All right, Luis Castillo's done. We're gonna go to Caruso's kind of tired. We're gonna save Caruso. We're gonna go Munoz. All right, got us out of the inning. Can you give me 2 innings? 7-6. Man, come on. Don't. It's written in the stars, man. Like, it's just slowly inching its way into just a terrible situation. Man. Oh, wow, we got out of that. We need to score. And we didn't. Oh, no. All right, Strom. Thankfully, it's a lefty-lefty matchup. A stolen base. That's not... Dude, no. Lefty-lefty matchup and everything, man. A fly out, No. Where was the offense the first 2 games, man? No runs. We got shut out back-to-back games. 154. JP Crawford was good. Kyle Lewis, what happened? What? I mean, that's big sadness right there. That is just, man, that is so sad. The Yankees defeat the Dodgers, and that's how it's gonna end. Some of you guys have been asking for me to finish off the rebuild. There we go. I hope you enjoyed this Mariners rebuild. We put together a God squad and it let us down, but I hope you guys did. If you want to see another rebuild tomorrow, make sure you hit that like button. Just do it. If you're new to the channel and enjoy the content, consider hitting that subscribe button. And of course, get in the comment section. Tell me your sneaky pickup for this offseason. That's about it, guys. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.